There was a young girl named Marina who lived in a small fishing village by the sea. Marina was known for her love of the ocean and her adventurous spirit. She spent most of her days swimming and exploring the nearby reefs and coves. One day, while she was swimming, Marina saw a fairy hovering above the water. The fairy had a kind and gentle face and was surrounded by a shimmering aura. Marina was amazed by the fairy's beauty and approached her with curiosity. The fairy introduced herself as Aqua and explained that she was the guardian of the sea. She had been watching Marina for some time and was impressed by her bravery and love for the ocean. Aqua then granted Marina a gift that would allow her to communicate with and control the creatures of the sea. From that day on, Marina's life was forever changed. She could communicate with dolphins, whales, and even the tiniest of fish. She became known as the girl with magic of the sea and was respected by all the villagers. Marina used her gift to help the creatures of the sea and protect them from harm. She also became known for her ability to predict storms and other weather patterns that could affect the village. Marina was overjoyed at her newfound ability to communicate with the creatures of the sea. She spent hours each day swimming and talking to the dolphins, whales, and other creatures she encountered. She quickly learned that the sea was full of secrets, and that the creatures of the sea were eager to share their knowledge with her. Using her gift, Marina was able to help the creatures of the sea in many ways. She would often find injured or sick animals and use her gift to communicate with them and offer them help. She would also help the sea creatures avoid danger, warning them of approaching fishing boats or other hazards that could harm them. The villagers soon came to respect and admire Marina for her magical powers and her devotion to the sea. They would often seek her out for advice on weather patterns or to ask her to help them locate schools of fish for their catch. Marina was happy to help in any way she could, knowing that her gift was a special responsibility that she had been given to protect the ocean and its inhabitants. Marina's ability to predict storms and other weather patterns proved to be particularly valuable to the villagers. They would often come to her for advice on when to set out to sea or when to stay on land to avoid dangerous weather conditions. As Marina grew older, she became more skilled in using her gift to communicate with the creatures of the sea. She had formed a special bond with a pod of dolphins that would often swim alongside her during her explorations. They would guide her to hidden treasures and secret coves that were unknown to the rest of the village. One day, while Marina was out swimming with the dolphins, she noticed a dark cloud forming on the horizon. As she swam closer, she saw that a group of evil creatures had descended upon the village. They were large, menacing figures with razor-sharp claws and teeth. They were attacking the villagers and destroying their homes. As Marina looked out at the approaching army of evil creatures, she knew that she had to act quickly to defend her village. She called out to her dolphin friends, and they quickly swam to her side, their sleek bodies glistening in the sun. Marina used her gift of communication to rally the creatures of the sea to her cause, and soon a large group of sea creatures had gathered around her. The dolphins, with their powerful tails, began to create huge waves that crashed onto the shore, knocking the creatures off their feet and disorienting them. The whales, with their massive bodies, created a powerful current that swept the creatures back out to sea, preventing them from coming any closer to the village. But the evil creatures were not deterred. They continued to press forward, determined to destroy the village and all who lived there. Marina knew that she had to summon more of the creatures of the sea to aid them in the battle. With intense concentration, Marina used her gift to summon a giant octopus from the depths of the ocean. The creature rose up from the water, its long tentacles reaching out to wrap around the evil creatures and hold them in place. The sea creatures worked together, attacking the evil creatures with all their might, and soon the battle was won. The villagers cheered as Marina emerged from the water, surrounded by her army of sea creatures. They were amazed at her bravery and the power of her gift. From that day on, Marina was hailed as a hero and protector of the village, and the creatures of the sea were respected and revered by all who lived there. Marina continued to use her gift to defend the creatures of the sea and keep the village safe, knowing that she had been given a special responsibility to protect the world she loved so much. As Marina's gift of communication with the creatures of the sea grew stronger, she began to realize that she could use her magic on land as well. She discovered that she could control the elements of the sea, such as water and wind, and use them to her advantage. The village had always been a peaceful place, but one day, a group of soldiers attacked the village. Marina soon learned that the soldiers were from a neighboring kingdom that sought to expand its territory and control the sea routes that passed through the village. The soldiers were ruthless and determined, and they attacked the village with a fierce intensity that the villagers had never seen before. Homes and buildings were destroyed, and many villagers were injured. Marina knew that she had to act fast to protect her home and the creatures of the sea. She called upon her gift and was able to harness the power of the sea to create a massive wave that swept the soldiers off their feet. As the soldiers struggled to regain their footing, Marina used her magic to create a crystal wave that crashed into their weapons with a deafening sound. The crystal wave shattered the weapons into a million pieces, leaving the soldiers defenseless. The soldiers were no match for Marina's sea magic, and they soon retreated in fear. The crystal wave had intimidated them and left them shaken. They had never encountered anything like Marina's power before. The soldiers could not believe what they had just witnessed. They had thought that they were invincible, but Marina's sea magic had proven them wrong. They retreated back to their kingdom, defeated and humiliated. Marina was not satisfied with just defeating the soldiers. She knew that she had to do more to protect her village and the creatures of the sea. She decided to take matters into her own hands and go deep into enemy territory to confront their leader. Marina knew that the journey would be dangerous, but she was determined to do whatever it took to protect her village and the creatures of the sea. She called upon her dolphin friends to guide her through the treacherous waters and set out on her journey. As she swam deeper into enemy territory, Marina encountered many dangers. She had to navigate through schools of hostile fish and avoid underwater mines that had been planted by the enemy. But her determination and her gift of communication with the creatures of the sea helped her to overcome these obstacles. Marina finally reached the enemy's stronghold, a large underwater fortress that was heavily guarded. She knew that she had to be careful,